I've been seeing the egg yolk coffee trend circulate social media and the internet for a while now, and I wanted to see for myself, is egg yolk coffee good? The answer to that is yes, but yes, in my opinion, egg yolk coffee is good, and it's a great way to get a little boost of nutrition if you're busy and you don't have time to eat breakfast on your way out the door. However, a lot of the recipes I have found require a little more work or labor than I'm willing to put in the mornings, so I have a healthy egg yolk recipe that I'm going to share with you today. To make this, you will need 1 raw egg yolk, a strong brew coffee, cream, and then some sort of sweetener, sugar, maple syrup, honey, anything will work. There are other things that you can add in, like I like to put collagen in mine, but you could also put a little chocolate sauce. I think that would be really good. Cinnamon, vanilla, you can doctor it up however you want, but we're gonna keep it pretty simple today. I'm swapping out my regular coffee mug for a smaller jar because the contrast between the egg yolk or the sweetened egg yolk and the dark coffee tastes really good. So I do recommend making a darker brewed coffee. Simply just crack an egg and then separate the white from the yolk and put the yolk right into your mug, or in this case, a mason jar. Now, one of the things I like about this is now you have an egg white that you can cook for breakfast. I actually keep the egg whites in a bowl in my refrigerator. Then after I have a few, I make breakfast with it. So that's kind of nice too. And then at this point, I recommend mixing up the egg yolk just a little bit, so that way it's easier to add in the cream, the sweetener, or if you're adding like cocoa powder or anything else, because that egg is an emulsifier. So if you get that whipped up, it's a little easier to add in your other ingredients. I'm adding in 2 tablespoons of heavy cream, 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, but I've also made this with sugar and it's very good too, but I will say I do prefer the maple syrup over the sugar. But honey, agave, coconut sugar, whatever it is that you like to sweeten your coffee with will work just fine. And now I'm using my handheld electric frother just to whip this up. So I will say that you can use a whisk, but a frother will probably whip it a little bit better. The traditional Vietnamese egg yolk coffee actually calls for condensed milk and then whipping that together in a stand mixer or a blender to make more of a custard, but that's the sort of thing that I just don't have time for. So a whisk or a handheld frother works really well for me for an on-the-go egg yolk coffee. Next, top your egg yolk mixture with hot coffee. So I'm using 2 shots of espresso and a few ounces of hot water, like a concentrated Americano. And then after that, just stir it up, or you could use your frother again just to whip it one more time. You can definitely stop right here and enjoy this egg yolk coffee as is, but at the last minute, I decided to add in a scoop of collagen and to sprinkle the top with a little cinnamon, and the verdict was, oh, that's very good. A common question is egg yolk coffee safe to consume? And I think that depends on who you ask, but of course, anytime you consume a raw egg, there is a risk of contracting salmonella. Now, I have had enough raw cookie dough in my lifetime to kill me 10 times over. So if you're like me and you want to have an egg yolk coffee with a side of raw cookie dough, this is a great recipe for you. If you are like, I'll do raw eggs, then I would just skip this. Make sure you are always informed about what you are eating so you can make the right choices for you and your family. Thank you so much for tuning into Moon and Magnolia, where we elevate the everyday from scratch at home, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers.